don't get Dior Sauvage, get this instead. Now, this is called Lattafa Assad. This is nowhere near the price point of Dior Sauvage Elixir. Now, Dior Sauvage Elixir, if you are in the Malaysia market, you can basically get it for 700 to 800 ringgit MYR. So that fragrance is actually extremely expensive because not everybody can afford fragrance that expensive. And designer houses, anyway, they don't really cost that much, okay? Because Dior Sauvage Elixir is a higher end kind of a fragrance, series, so it's gonna be a little bit the concentration, so it's gonna be a little bit more expensive. On the other hand, however, I highly recommend you to check this out. This is called Lattafa Assad. Now, this fragrance is a little bit different from Dior Sauvage Elixir. I'm gonna give you an honest disclosure very quickly. The opening of it, don't really like it. Okay, the opening of it, I think is somewhat more, a little bit not so. Okay, you could say not so harsh compared to Dior Sauvage Elixir. If you are a fan of a watered down Dior Sauvage Elixir, you will totally love this. For me, it did. Okay, because Dior Sauvage Elixir, I find the entire fragrance, okay, to be extremely sexy, but sometimes it's not for me. It's not for, like everyday kind of a wear. I don't really find an occasion to wear it except date night, except nights where you just want to impress somebody. I think Dior Sauvage Elixir is an extremely nice fragrance, but I think the dupe is also worth a try as well. Now, this fragrance, it does leave some coffee notes, okay, somewhere at the top or the middle notes of it, but I don't really smell coffee at all. All right, but this fragrance just have a little bit of a difference. Take it in these 2 points. One of it is that the opening is less harsh, okay, it's less harsh, and number two, it leans a little bit more vanillic compared to Dior Sauvage Elixir. Dior Sauvage Elixir, at the end, it's almost all the kind of spices amping up the entire fragrance as it dries down, but Lattafa Assad, it does have a little bit of a vanilla undertone. Lots of this vanilla undertone, that's the backbone of this entire fragrance. That's why they listed vanilla at the base note of this fragrance compared to the Dior Sauvage Elixir, which doesn't have any vanilla notes in it at all. Alright, so this fragrance is a tamer version compared to Dior Sauvage Elixir. I would actually say this is about 70 to 75% close to Dior Sauvage Elixir, okay, because Dior Sauvage Elixir extremely hard to pinpoint that kind of a scent profile, very hard to nail it down, yet Lattafa Assad does a great job at doing so. And not to mention, Lattafa Assad retails for about 100 ringgit to 100 plus ringgit Malaysian. Okay, Malaysian ringgit 100 to 100 plus. This fragrance is extremely affordable if we are talking about getting about the scent profile to the price point. Okay, this is definitely extremely worth it. Okay, this is a bang for your buck. Okay, I don't think you will go wrong when you choose this fragrance over Dior Sauvage Elixir if you are just on the experimental stage of choosing your own fragrance or just want to try out Dior Sauvage Elixir kind of a scent profile, but you are not gonna afford to pay the entire bottle of it. So instead, you would like to try an entire bottle of this, I think it's worth it to give it a try. This fragrance is extremely nice if you ask me, though I won't really spray it like every other night. I won't really spray it. Maybe once every few days, that kind of an occasion, all right? But this does impress many people's nose. This fragrance is extremely nice, okay? I would recommend you to at least give this a try, all right? If you don't really like that DNA, then it's fine. You can move on to another fragrance. This is definitely totally worth a try.